In a big house in the middle of a thick forest lives a young girl called Bryn. She practices smiling naturally in front of the mirror and picks her dress for the day. She goes downstairs to turn the lights on her miniature town she built based on the town she lives in. Bryn is also a tailor, and she makes a living selling the clothes she makes online. On her way out to mail them out for delivery, she notices a circular patch on her lawn and pulls the hose to water the area. She practices smiling once more, looking at the rearview mirror in the car, and heads to town. When she reaches the closest house on her way, she smiles and waves at the guy outside, but he blatantly ignores her and walks away. Bryn hides her face when she drives into town, and after checking that no one's near, she puts the packages in the mailbox. She then spends some time at the cemetery sitting near her mother's grave. Hearing people in the surroundings, she gets up and leaves. Bryn gets nervous and hides on seeing a woman and a policeman in front of her. She breathes a sigh of relief watching them leave, and after she returns home, she sits by the lake and writes a letter to someone called Maud, describing that she saw her parents that day. Bryn hears a delivery truck passing by and watches the guy throw her package and leave. Being used to this, she runs over excited and takes the box back home. It is a miniature of the school in town, and she places it at the spot in her mini town build. After this, she continues to write the letter she started, and in the parts that are visible, she writes that it has been 10 years and that she can never forgive herself. In the picture that follows, we see a much younger Bryn and her best friend Maud. Bryn then gets ready for bed and goes to sleep like any other day. Suddenly, all the lights in her house turn on automatically and turn off. Hearing a loud bang, Bryn wakes up and goes to the window to find that the trash can outside had fallen. Bryn finds it odd that there is no power in the house, but still decides to go out. But she stops noticing the front door open, and she trembles finding that there's already someone inside the house. Still in shock, she decides to quietly back away, but the person starts running. So Bryn runs ABC to her room and hides while the person follows her upstairs. Bryn plans to take the case out from under her bed and hide there. She accidentally makes a noise that attracts the intruder, and Bryn quickly runs to the other side of the bed to hide. And the intruder comes to her room as well. Bryn, aware of this, lies down and crawls under the bed to hide just in time. The intruder walks forward and climbs on the bed as Bryn manages to stay silent. Only when the intruder jumps down, Bryn finds out that it is clearly not human and some kind of alien. Its fingers operate like a spider. The alien shouts and walks towards the window and jumps outside. Bryn tries hard to stay silent, and seeing it go out, she immediately gets out from under the bed and closes the window. She takes a second to compose herself and heads downstairs, but she hears the alien walking on the roof, and she hurriedly goes to close the front door. The alien responds by messing with the electricity, turning everything on. Bryn runs to unplug the TV and the music player. She then turns off the lights of the mini town. Bryn thinks of making a call, but a loud shriek scares her off, and the fridge starts opening and closing on its own. She walks out to find the alien walking down the stairs, and she goes to hide near the fridge. She heads the telephone receiver hanging, and the alien comes there to put it back. Bryn hides and sees the reflection of the alien doing so. Unfortunately, the alien too sees her and flings the fridge door, cornering her there. Bryn sees the alien's long fingers holding the fridge door to peek at her. Using this chance, Bryn pushes the door and runs away. The alien uses its powers to pull the front door in, and hit by it, Bryn falls down. She crawls to the other room as the alien follows her quietly. The alien throws the mini town and then pulls her back to where it is. Bryn grabs onto something before the alien picks her up and turns her. Caught in the momentum, Bryn stabs the alien's head with what she had, and the shocked alien looks at her in disbelief. Bryn cannot believe what she did as well, and seeing the alien up close, it still feels unreal for her. The alien falls over her, and Bryn runs inside the other room and watches as the alien falls dead. Bryn doesn't move from the place, and she comes to her senses in the morning. She goes to check on the alien and see if it is really gone and covers it with a blanket. She tries to call 911, but the phone doesn't work, and she finds that the power is out. Bryn tries to fix it, but nothing works. So she goes to her car, but that doesn't start either. Even though she is frustrated, she takes a breather and takes a shower. The door is gone, so she pushes the couch to block the way and heads outside. She rides her bicycle and on her way finds the delivery truck on the road upside down. No one is inside, and she goes to check on the house there and finds circle patches on the ground. She has seen it near her house and a bird's eye view shows more of them there. Bryn heads to town, avoiding people, and heads to the police station. But she runs into Maud's parents on her way in, and the woman spits on her face on her way out. The other police don't say anything, and Bryn walks out from there. She cannot help but cry and takes her own time to compose herself. After that, Bryn decides to take the bus home, and during the ride, one of the guys sitting at the back comes to sit behind her. Bryn feels something wrong and gets up, but the guy holds on to her and turns to pull her close. He makes weird sounds, and Bryn, knowing that he is not human, pushes him off and gets back. But the man comes towards her walking on top of the chairs, and another woman jumps out to catch her feet. Bryn kicks her off and screams. Hearing the commotion, the driver hits the brakes. Somehow the aliens are already living here disguised as humans, and as the man gets back up, Bryn is already storming off away from there. On her way, she reaches the cemetery and visits the grave of her best friend Maud. But right then, Bryn notices a weird stormy cloud approaching her and runs away. She knows it's the aliens, and when she reaches the neighbor's house, she notices people holding their hands up and looking at the sky. They notice Bryn watching, and she escapes from there. She reaches her house, and she can smell the alien's body rotting, and she also notices some gooey stuff on the floor moving away from the alien's body. She follows it out, leading to the bushes, and when she checks on it, she finds the rain clouds ganging up above her. Bryn makes her decision and goes in to make her preparations. She lights candles around the house and heats up water in the kitchen. She closes the windows and doors, covering them up with curtains and blankets. She hears something outside and notices the nails she used to pin the blanket are falling out. She goes to hide right on time as light shines through the front door. The couch rolls over and she notices the alien's body float up and get pulled outside the house. She feels that everything is over, but a yellow light flashes through the window. Bryn runs away, sensing that the aliens are scanning the house, and she heads to the basement. Another alien jumps in front of her house right then, and when she tries to sneak out the basement door, the alien light flashes through and another alien walks in. Bryn hides as the alien looks around, and she manages to get hold of a pair of scissors, but doesn't confront the alien and hides under a table. She turns as something falls, but she soon finds the alien staring at her from the other side. The alien pushes the table as Bryn moves back. Bryn stands her ground before it, but it uses its powers to pull the scissors away from her. The alien notices her holding on to something and pulls it away from her. It's the picture of her and Maud. Bryn runs away from there and heads upstairs, but the other alien sees her and attacks her. Bryn bites its hand, making it back off. She finds that this alien is small and doesn't have powers. She sees the water boiling inside the kitchen and runs towards it. The alien chases after her, and Bryn throws the boiling water on the alien. It does make it back off, but doesn't cause any injury. Bryn holds it back with the pan in her hand, and seeing there are no aliens outside, she heads back. But the blue light flashes, pushing the pan against the wall and crushing it. The alien walks through the light without being affected, and Bryn backs off quietly. The alien watches her quietly as she walks back. Bryn closes the door, but the alien soon starts attacking her. Bryn tries to escape through the window, but it catches her and pulls her in. Bryn kicks it off and takes the broom to push it away. It smashes it and helps her make it pointy, and Bryn uses it immediately to stab it against the cupboard. It still doesn't go down, and Bryn smashes the door against its head to defeat another alien. Bryn jumps out the window only to come across another alien, but this is like a giant spider. She runs away from it only to bump into the guy from the bus, and he pulls her towards the giant alien. Bryn struggles to get away, and she notices the alien ship in the sky. The giant alien signals the ship, and the guy looks up to make weird noises like the alien. The ship lights up, and Bryn scratches his hands to get free. He tries to hold her legs, but she kicks him. As he falls back, the blue light hits, and the guy gets pulled up to the ship. The lights go off as the man falls to the ground, and the alien ship flies away. And now Bryn gets chased by the spider alien. Bryn runs through the garden, and the alien gets caught in the light cables and the wires there. She reaches the front of her house and tries to head inside, but the spider alien comes from the top of her house and makes a sound calling for others. Bryn looks around and finds the spider alien coming down. It stupidly stumbles over and falls on the ground, and Bryn gets to her car. She opens the door, and the alien charges towards her. She gets out the other side, and the alien gets caught inside the car, but it manages to scratch her her back. The spider alien pushes around to escape, and Bryn watches the fuel leak. She uses the lighter on hand and runs away after igniting the fuel. The car explodes, winning her third kill against the aliens. Bryn watches the alien burning in the car and smiles, but the blue light from the alien ship comes down and chases after her. Bryn runs inside her house and goes to hide in her room. At this time, another alien reaches her room and starts looking around. Bryn appears behind it and charges ahead, but this alien has powers and pushes her out through the wall. Bryn crawls away as the alien turns and walks out. As Bryn walks to the other room, she gets hit by red light through the window and it stops her from moving. She gets pulled to the ceiling and she could only watch as the alien walks towards her. It comes right below her and comes up right to her face. Its eyes roll backwards as it coughs up something from its mouth. A tentacle ball floats towards her and it enters her mouth. Right then, Bryn screams and wakes up from her bed like it was all just a bad dream. She looks out and goes downstairs to find that her house is all okay and smiles seeing that nothing is broken. She even finds her friend alive standing before her and smiles as she apologizes to Maud. Saying this, Bryn puts her hand in her mouth and takes the tentacle thing out. Bryn is outside her house and she tries to crush it, but the alien ship arrives and the yellow light appears. A human stands before the tentacle in the light and we see it enter another mouth. At this time, more alien ships are flying in the sky doing the same all around town. Bryn walks to the forest and finds another Bryn standing before her. She stabs Bryn, but Bryn manages to stab it back with the knife she hid. For some reason, Bryn cannot help but cry, holding on to her fake. She walks away from there, but stops seeing another spider alien before her. Right then, a blue light covers her and she gets pulled to the alien ship. She is held by the light inside the ship and an alien appears beside her. It looks around her and more aliens approach to point fingers at her. It touches her forehead and Bryn finds herself inside her house in the past with her mother and herself building the mini house. She watches someone running away and she follows her out to find the police standing in front. Maud's father is there on his knees and he is covered by the alien light. Bryn falls to the ground and she gets up to find a younger her and Maud fighting. It happened then, when Maud pushed her, Bryn picked up a stone in front of her and hit Maud in the head and she passed away. Here we find the reason everyone around town ignores her. Bryn sits with her younger self, who started writing to Maud, and since then she wrote to her every day, but she could never take back what she did. Bryn takes her hand and a white light covers them, and the aliens are watching everything. Bryn cries, and when she opens her eyes, she notices the alien talking to each other. Their bodies vibrate, and that is how they communicate. Right then, a giant eye appears above, and Bryn stares in shock as a bright light hits her, and she gets thrown back to the ground. She turns around and smiles, looking at the lights in the sky. In the morning, a cheerful Bryn dresses up and takes the bicycle to town, and soon we find more people around her house. She waves at them and they smile back, but we find that they are aliens. The scene changes to a festival in town, and Bryn dances with one of the aliens. Another alien joins them, and Bryn starts dancing happily since the aliens have accepted her. We zoom out to find the alien ship flying above town, and the aliens have successfully taken control, creating a base on Earth. The movie ends here, and it barely had any dialogues, and it was all about a girl who deleted her friend. She was despised by the townspeople who treated her like an alien, but she got accepted when the real aliens arrived. What are your thoughts on this crazy movie? Make sure to round them up in the comments, and please like and subscribe for more recaps. Until next time, this is your alien host for Movie Recap, signing off.